little while now, and we've got some tips and tricks to share with you, and we've also got a bunch of FAQs that we are going to share with you as well. You all have noticed that hifold has a weight range, and it probably also lists a height range as well. Now this is a result of the category under which it is certified, under the US standard and under the European standard. So hifold goes to get certified and they say, oh, you would like to be classified as a group 2-3 child restraint? Excellent. Then your weight range is 15 to 36 kilos. Now we know as car seat technicians and as parents that children's bodies are not just small versions of adults' bodies. In fact, they're incredibly different in their juvenile form. And the best indicator of musculoskeletal strength, that is how strong your child's body is and how much protection they need in a car accident, is actually age, not weight. So as a CPST, we recommend that children remain in a harnessed car seat until at least 4 years of age, at which point you can consider whether moving on to a high back booster is the right option for you. So if you want to read between the lines there, if your 2-year-old is 15 kilos, call us, because I would love to see them in a more protective, age-appropriate child restraint than a high back booster. Short answer, no. Long answer, hifold had planned to launch with global certifications, and what that meant was they would like to have a single unit. So if you went to the shop and you bought a single hifold, it would have all of the necessary certifications and labelling for Australia, Europe and US standards. And that pretty much means you could use it in almost any country in the world. However, there has been a delay with the Australian certifications. So the current hifold available is certified to European and US standards, which is legal in Asia. They are still working on the Australian certifications, and when that model comes out, it will be a standalone unit. So it won't be combined into the US EU model of hifold, which is the one that is sold in Singapore and Hong Kong. So if you need the Australian version, that's only going to be sold in Australia and it's not currently on the market. We're crossing our fingers that once all that is ironed out, that there will be an amalgamation of the two units so that we will have a triple certified product, but we don't have one yet. So this shoulder belt guide is different from most high back boosters. It's very exciting and has some very cool features, but it is going to take some getting used to. The goal here is to get the shoulder belt into this cavity completely inside the shoulder belt guide. So the seat belt shouldn't be kind of pegged or locked into the guide. It should be able to move completely freely in this hole here that's formed. So the way that we're going to do it is we're going to pull this red bit forward, and then that's going to expose the little entrance into the cavity. And then you're going to slide the seat belt all the way to the outside of the belt guide until it's completely inside, and then you can flatten it out. To remove it, just kind of reverse it. So you push the belt all the way to the inside of the void, lift the little red guide, and then slide it out. These products are broadly in the same category in that they're both booster seats, but hifold is a high back booster seat and mifold is a backless booster seat. So hifold has a couple of pros on that. It provides more side impact protection, or it provides side impact protection in the event of an accident. It is also great for kids who sleep in the car, so there's something for them to lean against, and the hifold is going to keep them in the correct position. Whereas if you're in a backless booster seat, children tend to slump to the side or they tend to slide down a little bit. It carries dual certification. So at the moment, if you want a European mifold, you buy one unit, but if you needed to use it in America legally, you would need to buy a different mifold that was US approved. Whereas hifold carries certifications for both countries on a single unit. Of course, the trade-off for that is it is a larger and heavier product than mifold is. If we want to look at what mifold brings to the table, it is incredibly compact and portable. It fits in school bags, it fits in handbags, it weighs less than a water bottle. It takes mere seconds to buckle up if you're using it on taxi rides. So they are the main differences. I would say horses for courses. There are moments when hifold shines and there are moments when mifold shines. So if you need help choosing which one's right for you, just give us a call. Hifold and Urban Kanga are in completely different categories of child restraints. So the hifold is a high back booster. So it positions the adult seatbelt across the strongest parts of a child's body, but it does not have its own integrated harness. The Urban Kanga is not a high back booster. The Urban Kanga is a forward-facing car seat with an integrated harness. So the vehicle seatbelt with a hifold will come over the front of the child, and it will be the seatbelt itself that is restraining the child in the event of an accident. With the Kanga, the adult seatbelt or the vehicle seatbelt holds the car seat in place, and then it's the integrated harness that holds the child in place. So they're completely different products. High back boosters are for children 4+, and the Urban Kanga is certified for children from notionally 9 months until 4 years. Although we'd really love to have kids in rear-facing car seats as long as we can. So there are two different products. There isn't really any overlap in my opinion. Apart from the fact that they're in different categories, they fold up to a similar volume, although hifold is a little bit more boxy and Urban Kanga is a bit longer. Like this. But otherwise similar volumes. Urban Kanga is 3 kilograms and the hifold is 4.5 kilograms. Urban Kanga comes with a carry bag, hifold comes with a shoulder strap, and Urban Kanga is European approved, and the hifold is both European and American certified. And now, where does the seatbelt go when you buckle hifold? Does it go over or under the armrest? And it's really important to check each manual of your booster seat because booster seats vary in their instruction for where their shoulder belt goes. So once you put the shoulder belt through the shoulder belt guide and you put the lap belt under the armrests, which are the lap belt guides, for hifold specifically, it's important to note that the shoulder belt does not go through the same lap belt guide as the lap belt. So some booster seats would do this, but hifold does not. So the lap belt comes under this little armrest and the shoulder belt goes over the little armrest. So high back boosters need to be used with a lap and a shoulder belt, which is also called a 3-point seat belt. And so it cannot be used at all if your vehicle only has a lap only belt, which is very important if you are traveling to Malaysia and you've got airport sort of land transport. We've had a lot of land transport vehicles arrive that are totally pimped up. We see these in Vietnam and Thailand as well. Totally pimped up, but they've got lap only seat belts, so be aware of that. It also means that hifold cannot be used in an airplane. So it's not airline approved, it's not FAA approved, and the manual says that you cannot use it in an airplane. Speaking of manuals, you should always read your product manuals for every car seat that you've got, even if the product is super easy to use like hifold. The manual comes attached to the top of the hifold when you open it in the box. But what you want to do is open it up, have a good old read of it so that you understand exactly what's going on, and then you can store it underneath the seat cover. And there's a little tag to remind you where it goes.